Hello everybody out there, welcome to a new episode of That Crypto Show, interview edition today again. I am joined by Alberto Fernandez today, who himself, like myself, is what I would like to call a seasoned trader already, with plenty of experience on the institutional side. And when Alberto and I talked to each other for the first time, we very quickly started talking about, hey, what are those things out there that actually differentiate, let's say, a professional trader or an institutional trader from maybe an amateur trader or somebody who's just beginning with his journey. And both of us agreed that it boils down to trading psychology. So I thought it's a good idea today to speak a little bit about this, to share with you the differences. Alberto is not only a seasoned trader himself, he's also the founder of an educational website called Iberia Trading, where they offer pretty much what we are doing here at the primexbt Academy, to take you by the hand and help you on your way from a trading beginner to a trading veteran. Alberto, welcome to That Crypto Show. Nice to have you here.
Hello, Dirk. Thank you so much. Welcome.
So in your own words, maybe for the audience out there that wants to know who are you, can you maybe describe your journey a little bit from the beginnings of your trading career to where you are now and what you guys also are doing there at Iberia Trading?
Yeah, sure. So basically, obviously, as I was very passionate about finance, I had the chance to start discovering the trading world when the market was going to collapse in 2009. I mean, everyone was thinking that the world was over, and I was looking at the charts moving up and down, up and down, up and down. I was like, I love this. I mean, this is very interesting. You know, it was the idea of not to predicting the market, but just to understand why the market moves, right? Why this chart of the euro dollar? Why this chart of gold? Why is moving up or down, right? And I started just playing with little money. Let's say things didn't go well because obviously you know that the market try to anticipate the future, right? What I was doing is trading, not taking that into account, just trading. If today, imagine if one day the ECB said something or move interest rate up, I was just placing the trade based on that, but not think about what the market has been expecting from it. See what I mean? So obviously, I knew that I have to learn a lot. Then I moved into, more educational. I studied finance. I moved into the investment banking industry. I wanted to meet people, actual big traders. I had a chance to work at different trading floors at UBS, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch. So there is where I understood why and how market moves, right? And what happened is that I decided to leave the investment banking industry just to trade by myself, okay? Obviously, you know that if you hold a specific job in a trading floor, in a bank, you cannot do other things, right? I mean, if you are a fixed income trader, maybe you are banned from trading other assets. So what I did is, let's say, hey, my time in the investment banking industry is done. Let's play, or let's do what you really love, which is trading everything. Obviously, also investing. Investing is totally different from trading, and people need to understand that investing is totally different from trading. Okay. But this happened 5 years ago. I moved, I started my own trading, and I decided to set up Iberia Trading just to explain, or just to teach people how the market really moves, right? Because you know that this industry is full of marketing, and you don't see proper people or traders with experience, you know, teaching the markets, right? And this is why we set up Iberia Trading. That is all my experience. I love waking up every day because you know that the market is every day just surprise us with a different story. So no matter if you read bad news, then you see the market going up for whatever the reason. And it's what I love about the markets, right? That every day is different and you need to be awake in order to do great trades. See?
I think this is like one trait you share really with everybody who has gone the way of professional trading. And I just talked to another trader friend of mine the other day about this. Whenever I hear my friends complaining on Sunday, oh, tomorrow's Monday, I have to go to work again, I always think like, I cannot understand this. For me, I cannot wait until it's Monday because the markets are open then again and I can do what I love. And that makes me always personally so happy that I've reached that point in my life where I can do what I love every day.
Exactly.
And talk about it.
Exactly.
Okay, I mean, going back to what differentiates, let's say, an institutional trader and an amateur trader. I remember when we first talked, you mentioned something about trading versus other activities, which I, for myself, translated a little bit into the direction of, well, trading is not always exciting. It can be boring at times as well because you have to wait and be patient to wait for this maybe 1 or 2 right trades every day. So maybe you start, distracting yourself or doing other things, or maybe you do even other things while you are trading. What is your standpoint when it comes to that?
Yeah, so basically, obviously, there is something true about trading, which is if we go back to the start, trading psychology is the most important in trading. You can read 1,000 books of technical analysis. You can start studying macroeconomics. But at the end of the day, the theory is there. As I always say to my students, this is not rocket science. Trading is not rocket science. Trading is not reading physics books or whatever in order to have a calculus and discover why an object is going to move in the sky. No, I mean, this is not. Theory is supposed to be very simple, actually, in trading. I mean, finding a market structure is very simple. However, executing the strategy is difficult. Why? Because you need to pull the trigger and you are risking money. And this is why when we say that trading it's like another activity, is that the professional trader, the trader that is very successful, is the one that sees trading as another activity. Because imagine that, I will say, imagine the doctor. When the doctor performs a surgery, do you really think that he or she will be thinking about, oh, I'm making 10K per surgery? No. I mean, if you find someone like that, don't go to that doctor. I mean, obviously, no, right? Instead, he or she, they're thinking of, I need to fix this, right? And I give the example of a doctor, same example with a plumber, for example, okay? He or she needs to fix the pipes. So we traders, we need to find a market structure, we need to find a market pattern, and we need to execute that without thinking about I'm making or I'm gonna make 10K, I'm gonna make 1K, I'm gonna make $50. Because when you think about money, then you are destroyed. You're destroyed because you don't see how the market moves. You are just focused, you are blind, and you don't execute the strategy as you should. This is why when you trade, I know it's difficult for beginners, but you need to think about trading as another activity, to perform well that activity. Okay.
I think that's very, very interesting, especially the comparison you just made with a doctor. Now, of course, you don't want that doctor thinking about, I'm going to, repair this guy's heart and exactly. I'm going to earn 10K with that. And I can really just highlight also what you said from my own experience. Every time I do a trade, and maybe it's a trade that I'm very, very sure about, and then in my head I think already, I'm by the end of the day I'm going to have earned like $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000 with this trade. I can guarantee you this trade is going to fail. And it's very interesting that you make that this happens to yourself as well. That this is an experience that we share, because it seems that at a subconscious level there must be something going wrong already at the stage where you decide to enter the trade, right?
Exactly, and as everyone says, if you trade with your P&L, thinking of your P&L. Definitely it's gonna go wrong. Why? Because at the end of the day, we need to go dig into this situation because it is about the we'll talk about later about the prospect theory, why many people fail. Okay, why many people fail. But it is true that I have had the chance to analyze more than 300 students, and when the students start talking about, hey, I did this trade and I made money, I know that that student is not performing well, because he's focused on the money, And it happened, obviously, at the beginning of my experience, it happened to me because looking at the charts is very dangerous because you see the money. You are like placing a bet and your brain is, okay, I'm touching the money. I'm touching the dollars. The dollars are there, right? So it's very difficult to avoid thinking about that. But if you just cross that obstacle, then it will be very simple for you because you will be focusing on executing the strategy without thinking about the money that you're making or not. And that is the way to go, obviously. That is the way to go. And it happens to everyone. At the beginning, at the early of our careers, it happens to everyone. It is true, Dirk, that I need to tell you that obviously every trader is different. And this is one thing important to comment because it is so funny to see now that we are surrounded by social media. It is super funny to see that everyone wants to be like the Forex guru or the next one, right? But let me ask you a question. If that guy is making a 10% per day, maybe that guy is taking so much risk. The risk that you cannot take, or you are not willing to take, or you are not comfortable to take. Okay? So why are you comparing? Why are you comparing with him? Why you want to be like him? You don't know if maybe he says, listen, I'm going to place $200 in this broker account and I'm going to do just one trade. And if it goes well, I make 100%. You will see the 100%. But what you will not see is that maybe the risk that he's taking, you're not willing to take.
Yeah, in order to get to those 100%, maybe he had a drawdown of 95% first,
Exactly.
and nobody tells you about the pain and the psychological struggles to go through that drawdown first. Absolutely. I also want to highlight that you just said every trader is different. Something I can 100% back up. I'm going through that experience myself right now because we started like a trading alert service here at primexbt where I share some of my personal trading alerts. And the question I always get, obviously, is like, how much can I make with this? How much can I make with this? If I put in $100, how fast is it going to be $1,000? And where do I place the stop loss and take profit? And there are like so many underlying layers there where I always say, guys, this is a tool to help you. You have to adapt your risk management or you have to adapt the tool towards your risk management because everybody is different. There might be a trader A who doesn't care if his portfolio goes down by 90% and he's going to take the risk accordingly and maybe end up with plus 10, plus 50% or something like this per month. And then you have other traders out there who already get nervous when a position just slightly goes against them. And maybe those should be better, aiming at something like 1 or 2% in revenue per month, which in my opinion is already a lot, by the way. So at Iberia Trading, what do you offer there? Because obviously, if everybody is different, we cannot have something like an approach that suits everybody. How do you do that at Iberia Trading? Like on an individual level, do you offer something like to pick up the student where he is right now in terms of his, let's say, psychological development when it comes to trading?
Yeah, well, what we try to do, obviously, is starting from the scratch, saying, listen, you need to know your mindset, okay? And there are some questions that we ask them, okay? Just to know more or less how they are going to perform in different situations. For example, going back to every trader is different. What I try to ask is, do you feel comfortable trading fast moves or you prefer trading slow moves? Because if you don't feel comfortable trading fast moves, why sorry, why the hell you are trading, imagine, gold in a non-farm payrolls? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. So at the end of the day, is finding the strategy or the trading that you feel more comfortable with. Another question, if you don't feel comfortable trading overnight or holding trades overnight because you cannot sleep, why you hold trades overnight? It doesn't make any sense. But these questions you need to answer in order to see or in order to understand your mindset or your trading at the end of the day. Okay? Other questions. I like to trade data releases. I love to trade data releases, trading data releases. But obviously, I trade it in 1 minute charts. Many of my students, they feel anxiety of trading 1 minute charts when they see huge moves. Don't do that. Or at least spend some time in demo and let's see if you find, if you get comfortable. But don't risk money if you are blocked by stress because you don't know how to trade it and you don't feel well, okay? So at the end of the day is, at the beginning, we try to see how is the mentality or how is the mindset of the trader. And then we try to make them think that the way to go is just to go to this road and not moving from what you find comfortability with, okay? And another thing is, as you said, risk management, for example, you gave an example. Many people, they don't like stop losses. Many people, they just wait for the swings moves, expecting that the market will go back to the moving average, let's say, because the theory is behind that, right? Well, yes, I can understand, although I always trade with stop losses, I can understand if you don't do that. However, you need to accept, your brain needs to accept that if there is a move, like for example, the one that we see in the euro dollar coming from the 120 to parity, that you are out of the market. You need to accept that because the market will not go back to the moving average, see? Okay? Or what happened with oil, you remember, as I remember what happened with oil back in 2009. Obviously from $150 to almost 60, or I think what was the lowest point, 50 something?
Yeah, 50 something or 45 or something like this, I remember.
But that's the thing is, you need to accept, or you need to find what you are more comfortable with and accept that if things go wrong, you're accepting that thing going wrong, okay? So first we need to understand, we try to understand that every trader is different, answering these questions, and then with the trading book, because obviously you need to have a trading book. It is funny to see how many traders, they just trade, and they don't try to understand their trading. And at the end of the day, you are not learning. If you go to the university, you have exams. Okay, in trading, you don't have exams, but the most, or the comparable to that exams, in my opinion, is the trading book, where you can see your actual performance, not in terms of money, but in terms of executing the strategy and in terms of finding what you feel more comfortable with. Again, one example, if my student has 20 trades, imagine 10 trades, euro dollar, or 10 trades, let's say technical analysis, and 10 trades, fundamental analysis, data releases. And I can see that all the 10 trades in fundamental, in data releases, they go wrong. Obviously, you need to put a firewall there. Because for whatever the reason that maybe you don't know how to explain, is you don't like to trade, or you don't know how to trade that, right?
From my personal experience, I have something like this, for example, with oil. Every time I try to trade oil, it goes wrong. So I stopped doing it. You know why? I cannot trade that market. Why bother, you know?
Exactly. And it is funny to see how instead of doing that, people, they just get they want to get the confidence back, trading more and more and more, just thinking, no, the market is wrong, I'm going to be right. No, I mean, the market is always right. I mean, we don't know nothing. The market is always right, and you don't need to go against the market thinking that you will that the market is like a horse that you're gonna control, that you're gonna know how to deal with. No. Okay. So at the end of the day, is with that trading book that we in our one-to-one sessions we try to analyze. We just try to discover what kind of trader, and we just try to find where the trader feels comfortable trading. And obviously, what we say is, listen, stick to this. You need to focus on this, and that's it. That's it.
I mean, that sounds fantastic, no? I wish I would have had something like this when I started trading 25 years ago. And guys, if you're watching this and you are now a little bit nosy and want to know more about Iberia trading, you should check out the description of this video. You will find all the links that you need. And I think Alberto also brought a nice surprise for the viewers out there with us. Alberto, you want to share something that you brought with us, I heard? Rumors?
Well, yeah, I mean, for all the viewers, I mean, we're gonna give away 2, 3, or even 4 one-to-one online programs for all the viewers. Obviously, if you have an account with primexbt, obviously, we will give away 3 programs for free. Okay, if you don't have an account, you just need to open an account, and we will give away another 2 programs for free. Okay, full programs, one-on-one live sessions, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, trading psychology, which is the most important, and even most important is the trading book monitoring that we have been mentioning, right? Because I said, theory, we can explain theory in 1 day or 2 days. Then obviously the experience, you need to go to the charts and start looking at the charts, patterns, market structures. But theory is simple. The most difficult is to execute the strategy, and this is our strength. You know, that we try to make you understand how to execute the strategy and how to perform well based on your mindset. Okay, so full program for free for all the viewers. They need to participate. There will be an URL that you need to put all the data, and well, we will in less than 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we can, in our Telegram channel, we will say the winners, and looking forward to mentoring them, and obviously with the only objective of making them perform like star traders, and obviously explaining what trading is, and moving away from all this social media. I'm making 1,000% return in 1 day, which is impossible. So yeah.
Guys, I mean, this is, first of all, thank you, Alberto. I think this is a very, very generous offer, really. And guys, take your chance there. I mean, this gentleman, Alberto, he really knows what he's talking about. He has done this for 15 years already. And with him on your side, really, you can become for sure a better trader. And it will save you hundreds of hours of painful development that you have to undergo yourself otherwise. So this is your chance. Like Alberto just said, in the description of this video, you will find a link to a URL that you need to click on, need to fill in some details, and then you have your chance of winning one of the one-to-one mentoring programs by Iberia Trading. Great stuff, really. Wow, thanks a lot, Alberto.
Thanks to you, Dirk.
Maybe I should participate too. You never stop learning, right?
Yeah, it's what I always say. You know, the markets, we go back to what I said before. The markets just, every day is totally different. This is why I feel attraction about the market, because every day is totally different. No matter if you read bad news, but suddenly the market just react to the opposite side. So every day is a learning experience. And this is why the financial markets and trading is a fabulous activity, let's say.
Maybe last but not least, because otherwise we are running out of time already, I'm seeing, let's talk about prospect theory, maybe. I know you have a lot to say about this too, and I find it very, very interesting and important.
Dirk, is the most important in trading. The prospect theory just explains why people they don't perform well. I mean, basically, it says that we don't give the same value to $1 in profits or to $1 in losses. No, meaning that, and it explains it with an exercise. Is if I give you the chance to win, or I will give you $5 million for free right now. I give you $5 million, or you prefer to toss a coin, and if it goes tails, you make $10 million. Maybe you will say, no, give me the $5 million, right? Guarantee, conservative, okay? $5 million. Yes, but if I go back to you and say, listen, now the second question, do you prefer to give me back those $5 million, or do you prefer to toss a coin, and if it goes tails, you give me $10 million? Then you say, no, let's toss a coin. Which at the end of the day, it explains why when you are making money, you tend to book profits earlier than what you expected in your target profit. Because you believe that the market will go down and then you will lose money. But when you are in negative territory, when you are losing money, you just wait to see what happens. And at the end of the day, the dollar is a dollar in losses, and winning is the same value, right? So this is why many people, when you see the trading book sequence, you see that they are making 5, 5, 5, then they are losing 10, 10, 10. And that is not sustainable. That is not sustainable. So this is a theory, the prospect theory is the one that explains why most of the traders, they don't make money. Because they don't wait for the winners to touch their target profits. They book earlier, but when they are in bad territory, when they are losing money, they just wait for the stop loss to trigger. Instead of saying, listen, maybe I am wrong, maybe I need to cut my losses here. See? And I know it's very difficult, obviously, because no one likes to lose money, obviously. But, at the end of the day, it's something very, very important. And it is something that I explain and I try to say every day, that once you place the trade, you know your stop loss, you know the target profits. The only thing that you can do is to protect your trade in you are in profits. Obviously, explaining how, when you protect the trade, but never ever close the trade when you are winning. Never ever, just wait for the target profit. Because if you have analyzed the market well and you have placed your target profit in a specific point, just wait for it. This way, you will have a trading book sequence of I am making 10, 20, I am losing 5. I am making 20, I am losing 5. I am making 20, I am losing 5. And this is the way to make money. So the prospect theory is very interesting and obviously difficult to execute as a beginner, but it is very, very, very important.
And this puts you also in the nice situation if you have such a positive risk-reward ratio. Let's say you win 20, you lose 5, so means you have a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 4, and that means that you can be probably below 40% already in terms of trades that you win and still not lose money. So, you're in a situation where you are better than a coin flip already. And you are still not going to lose money, and by the end of the day are going to win money. But I know it's very, very difficult for people because especially as beginner traders, we tend to always just see what happened maybe in the last 2, 3, or 4 trades. And if all of those are losers, I'm probably going to go and adjust my system, amend my system that those trades would have been winners. Or I have something like you just gave us as example. I'm taking my chips off the table too soon. Trade is going into my direction. I'm looking out there to find reasoning that it could reverse again into the stop loss zone. So I'm going to book my profits now because it feels good. I mean, I can understand that as well. You have the dopamine rush coming from your brain, going through your body. That makes you feel good. Yeah, I earned some money today. But long term, if you then look into your trading book and you analyze, let's say, 1,000 trades, you will see that this is a recipe for disaster, actually.
Exactly. I mean, you said something very powerful. Say, if you know that your risk reward is 1 to 4, that is super powerful. I mean, you know that with just one trade going well, you're going to cover 4 trades going bad. And imagine that you have a nice run of 3 trades going well. So imagine it's just 12 trades that go bust and still being profitable, almost.
That's really nice, no? If it puts you in the zone of comfort, say like, oh, okay, I lost 2 trades now, but I would need to lose another 10 now in a row in order to just be at break even then again.
Exactly.
All right, great. Time is up already. I feel like we could have gone on here for hours talking about this. So we definitely should do another session talking about trading. Again, guys, if you liked what we are talking about here, leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, check out Iberia Trading, and don't forget to enter the sweepstake. You'll find all the links you need underneath the video in the description of this video. Alberto, it has been a great pleasure having you here today. I personally learned a lot also again about trading. And yeah, I hope we can do that in the future again.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me here. I mean, it has been a pleasure. As you said, we can be talking hours about our passion, but for the next time, let's leave it for the next time.
For the next time. All right. Any last words you would like to extend to our audience?
Nothing. Just to say that trading is less difficult than many people think. The problem is that we are all surrounded by bad marketing and bad ideas. Trading is just much more simple, having a strategy and perform that strategy. I'm not saying that you're going to become billionaire in one day. No, I'm just saying that we see trading as super difficult, impossible to make money, sometimes as like an scam. No, it's not. It's like another activity. Simple.
Beautiful last words. Thank you again. Take care, everybody out there. And my last words always are, always remember to use a stop loss. See you next time. Bye-bye.